drops to 1.5, what does that do?
I believe that was a understanding, maybe direction is a strong word, but that was staff's understanding based on previous board discussions, that funding level was reduced from a previous $2 to $2.5 million for the last several projects. And so that has carried through in the sheet you see tonight.
Can you just tell me what that would mean? I just don't have any idea, like, are we
Okay,
almost done with it?
Basically what it does is it takes the green program on that map and the yellow program, and doubles them. So instead of doing yellow in one season, it would take 2.
4 years instead of just dropping it by 500,000?
Like I said, roughly. That is a 2 to 2.5. But yes, thereabouts. It would,
So between 5 or like 700,000 drops it to 2 more years. Extends it.
right.
4 more years.
Extends each color to 2 sections.
No,
Basically, it cuts,
2 projects.
it makes 2 sections of green and 2 sections of yellow. And so this is 1, 2.
Looks like you definitely need to update this table. You're not going to allocate more funds to update the table, so you have correct, a reflection of exactly what streets are going to be done during this 10-year plan.
And that's
what
what-
are going to get pushed off.
Again, this map was from a presentation to the board back in February discussing the exact options we're discussing now between various funding levels within the context of what the board would like to design for 2018. And the purpose of this meeting is hopefully to settle on a conceptual framework so that staff can prepare an accurate reflection of project scope anticipated over the next 10 years based on the board's predisposition, not that anything's in stone, but predisposition on their commitment to completing these projects.
I would find it helpful to go over this whole list and find out, to understand we have more information on some of these projects, better data. Now to look at it all, see how big the bread box we want to make, and then decide to start. We may need more information on streets, but at least get a handle on what this means with our debt load.
And what it means for the program. I kind of like we did for the sidewalk program. You guys did it, I don't remember when that discussion was, but as Larry just said, it's very helpful if we're talking about a 10-year period. Tell me what that means at this funding level, just exactly what we talked about, like mapping it out, saying if you do it at this funding level, this is the roads that can be, not even the specific roads necessarily, but anything, linear feet or something. And it would take us till 2030 then to be done with our reconstruction. Because I know we have a plan. I don't remember all the details. And then if we do it at the 2 million level or the 2.5, we can finish our reconstruction plan that's been going on before my time by this date. So that gives us a comparison of what public improvements we can get in what time frame with what funding. Because for me to just say 2 million, I don't really know what that means.
Roads are a little trickier.
I understand.
Because our alleys widths are absolutely consistent. They are all the exact same width.
But we must know the dimensions.
We do, but they vary. I mean, they're all over the place. So it could be done, but it would not be nearly as precise as forecasting the alleys. It certainly could.
Correct, and that's why we do long-range planning. We know our road widths and everything. It's a spreadsheet. You just pull those up, find the.
Right, but what I'm saying is, I can't. A lineal price for reconstructing a street would be an average.
Or maybe area or something.
It would not be exact the way I can give you a lineal foot on an alley.
Right, and in 10 years, I can't imagine doing that. I'm just saying, but it'll give you an idea. There's got to be some way to say, at least we can finish the road work in this period of time.
Well, that's the other thing, you can't, you really never finish.
Well, that's long-range planning. That you can't, it's an estimate, it's not, it's an estimate.
No, what she said is you can't, you never finish.
Right, then we start over, but at least we'll know when that time, when will we be done with our last road and then start over? I thought we had,
We did have that. What do we need to, do moving forward? I've lost track of what we're searching for.
Give them a number.
Presentation.
Yeah, I want to get the presentation going here.
I'm
got bogged
I'm still on the
down
cover
here.
memo, but
Yeah, let's go through this last
any questions? I mean, the board
No, it might
is
be
pretty
helpful.
familiar with the projects. It's just, again, you know, I apologize if we don't have as many multiple scenarios as would be preferred for the roads and alley projects in advance. The remaining projects, Wilson Drive, Hubbard Parking Lot, Lake Drive, Downer Avenue, I mean, they're all pretty much standalone projects. So hopefully that will not be as challenging. And again, it's the concept of project prioritization within the context of debt capacity, tax levy, and just general impact to the community, what the board wants to achieve first if they can't, if they choose not to pursue everything. And again, this is a framework that sets forth an aggressive schedule. You know, this is a starting point for conversation. So again, our hope is to get the feedback from the board, from which, you know, notwithstanding what we weren't able to accomplish tonight with the additional roads concept, so that we can prepare a long-range plan that reflects the general consensus, at least from a fiscal perspective, which is my code for dollars, for the commitment of activity levels the board wants to pursue, and then we'll develop all those supplemental schedules within that framework of the long-range plan. I'm sure we can develop supplemental schedules, again, as more and more information becomes available, what's going on in the southeastern portion of the community, and how, you know, different funding levels would impact implementation of those. I'm not sure, Leanne, are we to the point where we have determined if there is going to be a strong linkage between a sewer project and reconstruction, where it may make prudence to be more aggressive in some cases if we're going to be doing extensive sewer work in an area with the streets getting disturbed and then wanting to get those covered, or is that not a real strong linkage?
I
Just
think
looking ahead.
that would be the preference. Yes, we did that in 2012 and 2014 with those sewer projects, and piggybacked our street reconstruction projects and overlaid them on the sewer areas. So I think that's preferred, but so we don't have real hard and firm locations on the sewer relay yet.
So the spreadsheets, then, if we can at least get through at least just a preamble discussion of the material that has been prepared. You know, these spreadsheets were developed with the ability, again, for the board to do a little bit of shuffling, and then the sheet that's presented on your screen now would reflect the impact of those changes. Again, the feedback I've heard on more than one occasion is, you know, the desire to see, you know, what would this change mean to debt service levy? What would it mean to debt capacities? So I've tried to prepare these spreadsheets to address those questions within the context of the project list that's the baseline project list that we prepared for reference.
So why don't we go through the baseline and see what the debt capacity is and
Based on the prior long range plan, right? Is that
yeah, and, you know, one of the things, you know, when you get into the alley thing, we put $0 in alleys for years. The board made a commitment, it was my thinking that we made a commitment that we're gonna start putting money into it, and you got a placeholder in there of $750,000 a year. I have no problem with that. I think that as we go on from year to year, and we update our financial plan, we're gonna find out, maybe we don't need that much, or maybe we need a little more, but you know more as you go along. And I guess I'm having a hard time
No, I think she
fathoming
answered
here
the question.
what we're trying to do.
No, I think she answered
Because-
the question, because she at least gave the time frame of when we would complete all the alleys. But with that funding level, which is exactly what we needed to know. Because we want it shorter, then we would update the funding in our long range plan. We wanted it, if we're okay with this standing out, then we can reduce it.
So the schedule, if we could move to the schedule I've got on the big screen here. This is one of the schedules from the long-range plan that talks about debt service for tax levy funded debt. So on line 2 of this schedule, you'll see what our current debt service requirements are for projects that have already been completed or committed.
That's debt service line 2, existing debt schedule.
Right.
So that's how much
We
we're,
don't have printed copies with you. I've got some printed ones here. I've also got a couple extra sets. They were out at the desk earlier, but
Hey, Mark, was this what we had on our packet?
It's a different number. Since 2017, 2026.
Oh, it's this?
Can you go through it, if you don't mind, also tell us what?
I didn't finish my
I've got too
question.
many. I can't.
Let's finish my question here. So line 2, and which one of these is what I'm looking at up there?
The title has changed, these numbers. The number is the same, but the first line, box B1 on the paper says 2017, 2026.
Well, I apologize for that. If that's in the packet that way, I updated it to 2018, 2027, but the data should be the same.
It's the same.
Okay, so the first line, or the second line is the debt service, principal and interest. So the $1,795,000 is the debt, is the principal and interest on the debt that we're gonna be paying in 2017.
Correct.
And then when you say future, when we get into 2019, that's based on more bonding that we're planning on doing.
That's based on the schedules for the project plan. You directly feed into these numbers and they are dynamic on these schedules.
Okay, and then, so does this also have the percentage of total debt?
The chart here,
That, you know, the five,
the
where
chart
we,
here that was in the packet is your geo debt percentages. Again, those were the metrics that I've always heard were of great importance to the board to have
So-
that data.
these metrics fit in with that chart that you had up there
Correct.
before.
They're all linked.
Trustee Rosa.
Could you just note for us the difference? I was trying to quickly, while I was working, compare what we predicted the number would be last year and to this year. So like the 1795 in our long range plan last year was the change that we predicted. I think it went up or something. Could you just note that for us so I don't for each one?
Well, once we issued our 2016 bonds, we knew what the debt service schedule was going
Right.
to be, whereas in the long range plan this time last year, I believe that number was an estimate.
It was, that's why I'm just asking, just to note the difference, so we know.
What does the number say last year's plan?
So for, I can let you know in a second. Debt service fund for 2017 was $1,697,000.
So it's a $98,000 difference.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
I'm just wondering if you can do that for us for some of the other items as we go down.
Not really.
Because
It's a year-to-year updated plan, it's not a comparative document, it's a forward-looking plan. If you want to do that math, I mean, I hate to be uncooperative, but that's just not what I'm looking to do here.
Or there is there no value in that?
What he's talking about is the plan each year is updated, and you perfect the annual element, which is really going to be in your budget, and you add yet another year, another 10th year out. So the kind of numbers that you're talking about are going to change every year. They